Welcome back to Instant Roleplay on Instant Replay Live. We're playing D&D 5th edition, and our party has just ventured into a town looking for supplies, only to find it overrun with zombies. After battling some of the undead and narrowly escaping with their lives, a local priest named Father Declan has gathered them up and brought them to the inn, the Clay Cask, where they can have a word with the locals and figure out exactly what's going on here. So inside the Clay Cask, once they usher you in, you see there's probably about 30 people here all told, women, children, elderly, all mixed in, and they immediately bar the door behind you and put up a barricade. The barkeep is a human, certainly not the adventuring type. He looks like his life definitely exists in running this bar and doesn't get out much. Bald head, big bushy beard, apron. He's one of those sort of naturally big people, even though he doesn't go out. So he's ready to help bar the door as soon as you get in. You also have some other characters of note that just sort of stand out automatically for you. Across the bar, there is a gnome standing on a table and clearly keeping the attention of some people around him. He has what looks to be maybe 2 human bodyguards with him and some peasants who are listening to his every word, talking about travels he's had. He doesn't look like he's from here because his clothing is more elegant. He's probably a merchant trader. Else in the room, you have Father Declan himself, as described, gray hair, purple robes, very nice, but nice in the sense that they're clerical vestments. They're not nice, like, they're not certainly the clothes of a wealthy man, but he has kept them well as he can in the environment he's in. They're a little tattered at the bottom, a little muddy, but as clean and pressed as they can be. There are also 2 women who stand out off in one corner at the side of the room. They are dark-skinned, and their clothing is also dark to match. They have this sort of almost gothic gypsy look to go about them, and they certainly look exotic and foreign. Their ears are elongated, and it's a clear indicator that they are, if not directly elven, of elven descent.
Oh.
And they are nearly identical. They appear to be twins. So, as soon as you get in, Declan asks, as he's wiping sweat off of his brow from having kind of run you here, he's, what were you doing in our town? I didn't expect to see anyone out there tonight.
I'm kind of pissy, and is this like an active bar? Can I discern that?
Active in the sense that 30 people are kind of crammed in here, but they look like they're living here at this point.
Can I tell?
Oh, like, will the barkeep serve you? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
He's standing there with you because he just barred the door, so you could ask him.
All right, because basically I'm pissy and like I'm kind of like up my own problem, like because I'm kind of upset and annoyed at like the fact that like the previous event did not go how I anticipated. I kind of thought I was treating it as another performance, and the fact that I was hurt really bothered me. So like now I just want to get really drunk and like I don't
So
care.
Is your character's grasp on reality pretty limited? Like he was like, I'm just having fun. Wait a minute.
Well, like it's
Ow.
like so he's new to being like the real, like to like like being a real hero. Like everything up to this point has always been a performance. So it's like the fact that like everything, he's always been naturally athletic. He's always been strong. He's never been in a situation where like he couldn't get out of it. But like he got decently hurt, and that kind of pisses him off,
Yeah.
So like he wants to like just kind of let that be how he handles the night for now. So he's like I just want to kind of ruminate on this and just be pissy and kind of do this for the rest of the night, and unless something else happens, like we'll see how that happens. But that's like kind of his goal right now. He just wants to sit and like just get like he just wants to have a drink. That's like the most important thing right now. I just want to have a drink.
So how does he go about it? You have the barkeep standing in front of you at the door to the place, barricading it. What's your character say and do?
I'm going to need the largest amount of mead you have right now. And then I brush past him and go sit right at the bar.
So what just happened was Declan said, what are you doing in this town? How did you get here? And you said, I need a drink, and walked away. So for the rest of you there...
Exactly.
The rest of you there, you're still left with Declan wondering how you got here.
I've got a couple of questions. You said that the two women, like, they look exotic and foreign. Is there anything on them that would let me infer where they're from?
Well, they carry this sort of gypsy garb, so they have various layers of fabrics that look like they've traded, various places in the world as well. But you certainly know that the elves descended from this region and beyond further to the east, so they could be from further east elf lands and have traveled in, or just that they've traveled all over the known sort of what we call the Theran Empire, but the lands that you would know, and they've just picked up stuff along the way. It's kind of hard to tell.
Okay, and the gnome, does the gnome have anything on him that might identify him as part of a group, like a crest?
Yeah, that I would say, maybe not a specific of a crest. You'd have to go up and talk to him to search him, over for something that specific. But just his garb in general and the class of it, he is almost certainly descended from, or originated from, the Middle Kingdoms, which is this vast desert region. The city of Galim was once the sort of shining gold jewel of that area, but now, since trade has sort of changed, Galim doesn't get as many passers through, and it's falling away. But those people that lived there were high tradesmen and have done what they can to carry their businesses east as well. So he probably came from the deserts to the west and moved in this way, or someone in his family did, and he's just continuing that line.
Well, while the party deals with the priest, I want to go head over to the two elven women.
So you just ignore him too?
I'm ignoring him completely.
So the priest asks the question. Two
the
people
party
walk
just
away.
Disperses into the bar. I guess I'll answer the priest. I'll say, we were traveling through the town. We've brought with us a surplus of supplies, and you look as though you could desperately use them. How long have you been cut off from the outside world?
Oh, you're absolutely right that we could use the supplies. It's only been a matter of weeks things have gotten this bad, but we've been slowly having our resources whittled away over time, not realizing exactly what was going on.
It's very lucky that we came. I happen to have in my possession a choice selection of meats and meat products that could help bolster your rations for quite a while. For the right price.
That's what I was expecting. I think undoubtedly we could use the supplies and maybe we could reach an arrangement, but the dead are literally walking upon us. We can't leave. Those who could have either died or fled.
Of course, I understand. And I'm not here to rob you of your goods.
Always trust when someone says that.
I want there to be a long silence after that. Just let the weight of that sink in.
I'm afraid we wouldn't have much to take anyway, my friend.
It's quite all right. I'll take whatever you can give.
We're desperate people in desperate
times.
Look
at my friend over there, the Knock, as he calls himself. He has transcended traditional naming practices. When you look that good, when you have that much body mass, you can get away with calling yourself anything, and he can do the impossible.
Barkeep, I need another.
Fed on a diet of horse meat. I am giving you a gift, my friend. You will cultivate mass like none other and be able to lead your people out of this town and away from these zombies. By the way, what's the deal with the zombies?
He's gonna stare at you through all of this speech and salesmanship, and then he's going to turn to the Dragonborn, and he's going to say, "Are you all salesmen?"
Can we assume that when I first went into this bar, I was still a direwolf?
Damn it.
and then like as he was going through that speech, I just sort of like slowly morphed back into a Dragonborn, like right behind him. So like I'm not endorsing what he's saying by any means, but I'm certainly a presence, for I am quite tall and weighty and possibly scary looking. And I also just turned into a creature from another creature right in front of their eyes. So he can still ask me that question. I'll be a Dragonborn when he asks me that question.
Okay.
But I'll look at him and I'll be like, no. And then I'll kind of turn my head away.
So you're just turning away from him?
Yeah. Well, I'm not turning away my body, just kind of looking around the room.
Okay. Well, listen, we can provide you shelter for the night. We can make a deal perhaps with Stan Frost, the innkeeper, regarding your precious horse meat, if it's so good as you say. And perhaps you can see yourselves on at first light. We don't have the room and the resources to take care of any more here.
What is the curse besieging this town currently?
So you've heard of that, I see.
Well, we met a very uncooperative lizard.
Yes, the creatures who have surrounded us, it seems, spreading that lie as much as possible. There's a mythology here, a long-held belief that this town is cursed. It's a way to simply address any of the given problems that may happen. You know, a horse gets sick and dies, or old man stubs his toe. Oh, it's the curse of Mud Hill, clearly. Unfortunately, we have real problems now, and the curse is both excuse for everyone here and fear-mongering tactic from our oppressors.
I see.
The creatures you mentioned, they've only recently shown themselves, but I suspect they've been hounding us for the better part of 1 to 2 months now. First, livestock started to disappear, then it was children, elderly, full-grown men, didn't matter. And now they've fully claimed the town when the dead rose from the grave. I certainly suspect they have something to do with it.
Wow, that's opportunistic. As an upstanding salesman, I would never take advantage of your people like that. You have my word. Also, I think we need is there like a limited number of zombies? I mean, how many dead people do you have here in town? Is that insensitive to ask?
At its height, Mud Hill probably was occupied by 1,200 people, and it seems that over many years we've established this settlement. Every dead person who was buried in this graveyard has risen to walk and hound us at night.
Okay, so just like an unreasonable amount of corpses then.
I'm afraid so. This is nearly all that's left that you can see here in the inn. Everyone else who has either fled or joined them.
Do you know where the bulk of these zombies are, or if they hide anywhere? Because the town seemed pretty dead when we first came into it.
No pun intended.
Unless that was specifically for dramatic reasons.
You were just on the outskirts. They occupy the town center as much as possible. I run and try to bring in supplies from some of the unravaged houses. I use the gifts of the divine to protect me in this. Others cannot do so much. We have those who are lame, those who are sick. They have to stay here.
Let's see. Karen, how do you pronounce your character's name again?
Why don't you just call me Era?
Era, okay. Well, I understand this is a very trying time for you, and I would like to do everything that I can to help. So for now, for a limited time offer, if you buy all of our horse meat, I will even throw in a bunch of Era's good berries. If you've never tasted my friend's berries before, you're really missing out. Let us give you our berries. Let us help you.
Good berries. You're a druid then. That's how you managed to change your shape.
Hi.
It's pleasing to meet another spiritualist in these dark times.
Likewise.
Your good berries would be of great benefit to us with the sick and the needy here. I'll put in a good word with Stan Frost. Come with me, 2 of you, and we'll go speak to him.
Okay, I'll follow.
So he'll take you in the back. I'm gonna say that if you want to negotiate selling this horse meat, at this point we're gonna bring it down to a single roll of a persuasion roll.
All right.
And see how much you can sell a horse for.
Okay. I've got a +7 on persuasion.
We'll call it a 16 because that's what Tabletop Simulator calls it.
Okay.
So we'll go with that. So yeah, there's this moment back and forth. Declan explains to Stan Frost, the innkeeper, that you have the meat. He certainly says, if we stew it, we can make it go a long way. It'll certainly help us in holding up here that much longer. And Stan Frost grumbles something about, delaying the inevitable, but what else am I going to spend my silvers on? And
do you mean
they share
gold?
an awkward...
I think you mean gold.
They share an awkward pause, and he offers you 22 silver for the horse meat.
See, normally, yes, but I procured this horse meat at great personal cost to myself, both emotional and monetary. Can you do any better?
So we're gonna pause that while he's, on the dramatic tension of can he do better, and we're gonna go back to the bar. Kyle's character is there. He's got 4 empty glasses already in front of him.
Oh, you actually kept count because I was actually counting down every 5 minutes, and it's about 4 or 5 liters of mead at this point. So factoring the body weight, I'm feeling good. I'm not drunk. I'm feeling buzz. I'm feeling it. So now I'm kind of confident, and now I kind of want to, and also I don't have any money, so I don't have any way to pay for any of this. So now I'm challenging people to arm wrestle me or something like that, trials of strength.
Well, a man starts to stagger your way. He's dragging a foot that looks like it is severely infected with gout behind him, and he comes up and he says, "Oi, I know you. I've seen you. Yeah, you're, you've come by this town before, haven't you?"
I love meeting fans. Yeah, I've been here, oh, God. Was it a couple years now? And you remember that? Oh, hey, that's,
Yeah, you were in that road show. You called yourself the Violationist, I think, that time, yeah?
Oh my God.
And you got into that fight with, who's the real good one? The one that the one that you fought, and hey, I swear, I thought he had you, and you managed to turn it around last second, but he was something to watch.
I think you're talking about Jor.
Jor, that was it!
Yeah.
Oh, now that's a hero, let me tell you. That was someone I could watch every fight he ever did and never get bored. I frankly think you robbed that one from him. He starts poking you in the armor.
Yeah.
and you should feel ashamed of yourself, but it was a good show nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you enjoyed the show. I mean, Jor, I don't mind telling you this, because, circumstances. Jor and I, we actually get along pretty well.
It didn't look like it in that fight when he got you in the headlock and you were begging for him to let you go.
Oh yeah. That guy, he had me for a good several moments there. I remember that match vividly. Actually, yeah, he had me for a good several moments, and then I managed to reverse the headlock, and then I put him into submission, and I think that was the of the 13 years in a row. Yeah, that was the 7th. So yeah, I'm glad that you remember it. It was a good one, for sure. But Jor is he's a great guy, but I'm not as bad as you're aware. It's a character, right? I'm not actually that bad.
Well, I tell you, I don't know good from bad, but I could watch Jor every fight for the rest of my life, which might be very short right now, and not have a problem with it. Is he still,
Yeah, Jor's still doing that, but Jor's not here right now. I mean, do you have a problem?
That's a pity.
Well, I mean, I'm here. I'm absolutely capable of giving him some sort of resolution to a problem you might have. I'm absolutely... in fact, I'd say I'm more capable than Jor is. Jor, he's a little lofty in his, as you saw in that match, I absolutely decimated him. So whatever problems you might have, you can approach me about, and I could totally do it for you.
So you can see his face, scrunching up.
Yeah.
As you're going through this, and he's like, I really would like to stay on the good side of things, I suppose.
Well, I don't understand. Why would you say that?
Well, you used to always take the side of the marauding bandits or those types, and this is exactly that kind of same situation. We've got the dead walking the streets. I mean, who's to say you don't join them?
I frown and I order another drink and chug it, and then I level with this man. Basically my backstory, I've never had an opportunity ever to prove that.
I want a sparkling backdrop behind you with your eyes widening.
I'm whispering, I'm like, look, Jor is playing a character. I was playing a character. I'm just as capable as he is. In fact, if you think he's as powerful as he is, I am that and much more. If you need a real hero, I am the one you've got. I'm not a bad guy. I'm in fact a hero. So if you need someone to do something, I'm your man. Don't worry about anything you think you know about me. I'm ready for it.
And he like snorts. Well, shame he's not here though. All right, enjoy your drinks. Just walks away from you. Let's move on.
Sure,
as
yeah.
you sit there sullenly drinking and deciding
I'm ruminating.
how you feel
on it.
about
I'm
it.
not. Yeah, I'm ruminating.
Vaguely,
Yes.
Gall had approached the elves, correct?
Yes.
So you have these two women. One of them is kind of set back on some crates. The other is at a table, and she sort of confidently sizes you up. Now that's an interesting piece, she says, commenting, you presume, on your gun.
Yeah. Were they both watching me as I walked up?
Yeah, they noted your
Yeah.
approach. They probably watched you from the moment you came in the room as a group, and then your approach.
Where are you two from? Doesn't look like you're from this little town.
We're from a little bit of all over.
Yeah, I'd say I'm from a little bit of all over. Do you recognize my weapon?
No, but it certainly is not something that I do recognize, which makes it all the more important to me. It's curious. It's very interesting, and we love curiosities. It's mechanical? Is it gnomish?
That's a question I was hoping to get answered, but I guess that's not
I
here.
see.
What are you two doing here?
Making as much coin as we can.
Here.
There are desperate times and desperate people.
And people with not a lot who probably don't have much of worth to give.
It's true, but we offer them a good service in exchange.
A service.
We make as much for them as they do for us. Here, and she'll slide forward a small token. It looks like it's made on painted clay, and it is an evil eye symbol. So just like an eye staring at you with blues and reds. And she says, one of these cost you 2 gold, and for at least a night, maybe sometimes a little more, we'll keep those biters off your neck.
Do I recognize the symbol at all? What's an evil eye?
You could make an Arcana check to know, or just general intelligence, or anything else you think might be more appropriate if you have it.
Can I do history?
History, I'll let you make the roll. It's probably not going to be the most appropriate, so
Cool.
it may not give you everything you could otherwise get with Arcana.
That's 11 plus 4, so 15.
A 15 is going to tell you that traditionally a lot of cultures believe in these things as symbols that sort of ward off any kind of generic bad omen. It might, if someone tries to curse you behind your back, then an evil eye can potentially break that. The idea being that you're sort of staring back at them so they can't get behind your back or something like that. But them having actual magic powers, a history roll doesn't give you any kind of sense. Like, a lot of people believe it, and it seems like it does nothing for a lot of people as well.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
And she says, that's just an example of our power and the gifts we can offer these people. And they pay us because they are in a dire time and they need to.
You say you can fend off the biters? What do you do to do that?
She taps the eye. The magics we've woven into this token will keep you safe.
A magic token.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to tell me you're a man who doesn't believe in magic tokens? You've traveled too much.
I've traveled, I've seen magic tokens, I've seen tokens. It's...
That's fair enough.
I was just... You look like you could be helpful, and I'm sure I've got some friends who might be interested, but I'll take your token, and if it comes in handy, I will thank you in kind. And then I walk away.
And I will take your 2 gold.
A token of appreciation, a token of friendship is not paid for.
I didn't say friendship.
I'll give her the 2
But
gold and then
surely-
leave.
All right.
Very much just not interested in this.
Yeah, okay. And they watch you leave, but they take the gold and pocket it somewhere.
And I'll head towards the gnome.
Back to Hobie and Karen in the kitchen. So you've negotiated him from 22 silver to you're hoping to get a little bit more. That's 2 gold and some change there that he's offered you.
Okay.
So
all right.
So I mean that's total that he's already offered you. If you want to, we kind of left it on a cliffhanger. If you want to make one more roll to see if you can modify that up,
Sure.
you can. And Karen, if you want to contribute to this in any way, if there's anything you can do.
That was persuasion again, you said?
Yeah, persuasion.
Okay. Oh no!
Oh,
Let me see. Let me roll for
I'm
persuasion,
gonna start
just to see.
whining.
Yeah.
Just buy it! Just buy it! Just buy it! Do it! Do it!
come on!
Stop!
You know you want
Buy
to.
it!
Oh, Lord.
I thought it was going to be that one for a bit.
Yeah, I was
All right.
scared. 13 total.
13 total. Yeah, I mean, you guys aren't really pushing them beyond what you've gotten before. I mean, you had a good roll before. They made you an offer. Now you're not really impressing them given how minimal their supply chain is anyway. So they're going to tell you, look, we can't honestly even afford to let this go. So we want to pay you. We want to make this work, but we just don't have much to offer. Those good berries are very important to us, especially. We'll make it 25. We'll throw in 3 silver more.
All right, fine. You've got yourself a deal.
Thank you. This will help some good people in need, and I hope you realize that.
Do you want me to describe my casting the spell to get some sweet good
absolutely.
berries? Okay.
Yeah.
I will hold out my hand and I pull a sprig of mistletoe from my pack, and I will mutter something while waving the mistletoe over my hand. My hand is closed. Probably should have said that at first.
That's fine.
And I'll give one last flourish with the mistletoe and open my hand. And it says up to 10 berries. Do I need to roll for that to see how many I get?
Yeah, so it'd be 1d10, I believe.
1d10?
No, actually, I think you might just create 10.
10 berries.
If you have,
I think
10
it's just
berries.
as many as you want, like up to
Okay.
10.
Up to 10,
Then-
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Then I'll go ahead and do all 10. And
Yeah, okay.
I will offer them 8.
Stan Frost, the innkeeper, will take 2 hands together and take them from you and thank you, and he says he will work them into some horse stew and feed these good people, and hopefully we'll have another few days here before it all goes to hell. So he heads back and does that thing, and occasionally brings Knock some more ale, and the rest of you do what?
I was heading towards the gnome.
All right, so you head across the room to the merchant there. He is, like I said, being entertaining for a small group of peasants and telling them about where he's gone. And he keeps saying things like, now, if you could come with me, if you're willing to work, if you're strong and ready to go, then I could definitely find you some jobs. There's always good homes there. There's a lot of things happening up north. A lot of things that you might be good for. And then he sees you, and just by nature of being a player character, by nature of having the experiences you have, you carry a different air about you. And he immediately ignores whatever he was saying, drops what he's saying, and points to you, and he says, "You, where are you headed?"
Well, nowhere in particular. Where are you from?
Oh, the city, well, not the city, the empire of the Gnome Princes, you might say. The kingdom. He shouldn't say empire, for me to be canonical with my own world. The kingdom of the 9 princes. I'm a gnome, and I share at least 1/64 of the bloodline.
Can I roll to see if I know anything about the 9 princes?
Yes. History would be good for this one, actually. So this is a time where it makes sense.
Take that over to where the dice are. +4, that's 18.
Okay. So in the city of Galim, which was this massive trade hub for the old world, there were 9 ruling princes who managed basically a massive portion of the world's money because of being so centrally located. Since the Worldside Mountains fell and all trade to the far west has completely depleted, Galim has become a desolate wasteland. It started, to have a trade decline, then they started selling off all they could, and then it basically fell into bandit war bands taking over parts of the city and completely reclaiming it. So it is considered like a no man's land now, except for marauders and the type. And just about every gnome you meet will claim some connection to the 9 princes, because gnomes are prolific breeders, and because who's to say they're not? There's no records that anyone's going to look at now. So, but he is probably a merchant, either by having some connection to that, or just by claiming it and taking up a merchant life now. in the sort of new world, the new frontier.
Okay.
Cool.
Can I tell if he's lying about his heritage, or is he just that good of a charlatan?
You could do an insight check to sort of feel him out, but he said 164th, so he's already playing up the importance, so far beyond anyone would care anyway.
Yeah, but it's always good to...
At that level, who gives a shit if he's telling the truth or not? Probably everyone is that close to related. Even you are as a human.
But I can tell if he knows that or if he doesn't actually know that and he's just claiming it wildly.
Yeah, the insight would be good for that. Yeah.
So I'll roll 5, so I have no idea.
Yeah, you probably feel like he's probably at least, close to that much anyway.
So what's your need of me, Gnome?
You look like someone who's capable. In fact, your whole group does, now that I look around a little bit. You should join me heading to Barbhook tomorrow.
Barbhook. Why is that? What's there? What have you got for us?
It's a fishing village that we are building up, a commissioned settlement from the city of Castalia, and happens to be where you were going, I will add, originally. It's a land of opportunity, my friend. There is work to be had for everyone. And frankly, after the dangers around here in this little stopover, I could use the extra support.
Well, that's good to know. Why do you need the peasants? What did you want with them? You're offering them jobs and a new life, but is that real?
Well, to be honest, and at this point, he's been kind of eye-to-eye level with you, but he jumps down onto a chair and then jumps down onto the floor and then beckons you to crouch to his level.
Okay.
And whispers, to be honest, they were providing me with a lot of drinks to keep me talking. A lot of these people want to be whisked away from here, and it made good sense to me. But you would actually be a good addition to bring with me.
You do like your flattery.
It gets me far.
I have a question for you before we make any decisions. The item on my waist in the small little holster, do you have any do you recognize it at all?
He'll tilt his head and look at it side to side. Is it a dagger?
That's all I need to know. Why don't you come and meet my friends?
Okay.
And I'll bring them over to the group.
Happily. And he'll look back at his bodyguards and, pull them with him, beckon them to follow.
Yeah.
And as the group reconvening, as everyone feels satisfied with what they've done throughout the bar?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
You probably all have to come to knock if you want him involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
But otherwise...
I think he's just been sitting there. I think he's kind of slowed down after that little confrontation.
Yeah.
But he's
you'll gather up, and vaguely, or I should say, Gall has brought you a little gnome.
Uninterested. Did I get his name?
Lord Bainbridge, at your service, and you all look like you've been in a scrap tonight.
That's rude.
Oh, take no offense by it, my friend. You look like you got the better of it.
Zombie looks better on me anyways. Where were we going, by the way, previously, just as an aside?
Barbhook, as it turns out.
Wow, how convenient.
Yeah, quite.
You've done well in spotting us as the protagonists. That is incredibly convenient.
Isn't it?
I can't see why we possibly wouldn't go with you.
So here's my thought. This place, these people, they're going to be dead in a couple of days at best. We get out at first light, we move quick, we fight anything we need to that's going to block our way, and we get on the road and we head to Barbhook and forget this place ever existed.
Has the cleric of the town tried sanctifying the graveyard or something, just to keep the undead from getting up?
He will tell you that the rites for the graveyard were kept up over time. Whatever this is powerful enough to overcome that.
Yeah, I think it's about time to leave then.
Nox says, sounds fine by me. I need to sleep this off anyways, as he slams down another liter of mead.
Now, the two attractive goth elven women, are they going to be coming with us? This is of great importance to Devyn.
I haven't tried. They didn't seem particularly interested in me when I wasn't very interested in their goods. But I suppose you could always see who you could rally. Most of these peasants wouldn't make the journey and aren't worth considering, but they look capable as travelers.
They'd likely be willing. They're just looking for an opportunity to make something. And I'm sure they'd come along.
In a drunken stupor, can I like invite them over thinking that they are just women of the night?
Yeah, certainly.
All right. You want them to come with us? Hey, you two, come here.
They ignore you. They look repulsed.
And then I say, hey, I'm talking to you two.
We've got money.
You can bring your money over here.
But this is where the action's at.
We're always where the action's at.
Ooh, nice comeback. I like them.
Watch this. This never fails. And then I flex all my muscles in the top portion of my body.
Can I use a minor illusion to somehow make it even more impressive?
You both may. I would say if you cast the illusion, you can make a performance with advantage.
Okay.
Okay, so I
see
have
what you get, Kyle.
Yeah, I have a +4 to performance, and I'm proficient in it. So I'm rolling my d20,
So-
correct?
Yeah, but you're rolling 2d20
Okay.
and taking the better. Roll in the play area there.
All right.
The minor illusion will be body grease. You're gonna be so shiny
F-
as
so
you flex.
the first one I rolled was a 2. Do you want me to re-roll that, or because I didn't roll in the right place?
Go ahead. Here, let's do this. Go ahead and roll 2.
Okay.
I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, I don't want to. Okay, so let's
Yeah.
try it. So we got a 16 and a 9. So we got a 20 and a 12. So it's 20, obviously, is what we're going to go with.
They certainly seem impressed, but they play up the eye roll, both of them, and then they look at each other and giggle something. And then they will get up and come over, and they will tell you, I certainly hope you're offering coin if you've decided to waste our time by having us come over to you.
Oh, depending on what happens, we may not be wasting your time. Where are you guys headed? What's your plan for getting out of here?
We have a good thing here.
But for how long? This place is dying.
Until it runs out, and then we move on to the next.
Will you be able to leave at that point?
We aren't afraid of what has assailed this village.
Well, this place is certainly dying, and I would love to save as many of these folk as possible, but you might be able to do more good by coming with us. And also, you're very attractive, and I would like to have you along.
Maybe they appreciate the compliment, but they're not showing very much that they do. And during all of this, the man who was belittling Nox's heroics of the past, or his personality of the past, persona of the past, he comes up and he says, "What? Save us? No, our hero's already gone. He's gonna come back with a cure for this curse, and everything at all is gonna be fine."
All right, we're gonna address that in a second, but I just want to say, I know your deal, mister. You're the bar tsundere. I know what's up. Who is your hero?
What? He's very confused by this foreign dialect you've used, but
I'm sorry, I started speaking halfling.
Yeah, there you go. He gets the point though of the asking here, and he says, Hrothgar, he's what real heroics is made of. Let me tell you, this the knock, your violationist persona. Oh, I'd love to see that go against Hrothgar. He'd snap you in two, he would.
Okay, now I spit at the mention of Hrothgar, and I stand to my full height and say, anything that you think that Hrothgar could handle, I can handle 2 times as much. And then I turn to the rest of the party, and unfortunately for them, I say, whatever you have to do, that's fine. I'm staying here to handle this.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Declan comes out of the back with Sandfrost at this point, and he's saying, "What's going on?" And he's before you can speak, the bar tsundere, as you said, will speak, and he says, "This lad thinks he can take down Hrothgar. What a fool!" And people are starting to sort of rally around this conversation at this point. They're taking interest. And the twins are like, well, you certainly know how to pull in a crowd.
I push over tables and bar stools and whatever is around me to try to draw intimidation as I approach him and say, "Is Hrothgar my rival? Is that Jor's name?"
No. Hrothgar is someone you've never heard of.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you could make a knowledge check to see if you've heard of him, but he's not part of your...
Can I do a knowledge check to see if I've heard of Hrothgar?
Yeah, history would be good for that one again.
Okay. My history...
So intelligence if you don't have it. Yeah.
Can I roll that as well?
Yeah, totally.
Cool.
I mean, it doesn't matter because I
my,
can take on
body
anybody.
grease illusion, by the way, to make him even
Yeah, I
more
don't know.
threatening.
I have a 0 on history.
Threatening grease.
Yeah, so slimy.
Oh my god.
All right, I'm
that
rolling-
won't help at this history roll, just so you know.
I'm rolling a d20.
It's fine.
Yeah.
He'll look
Okay.
really good thinking about
Ready?
it.
Yeah, I'm ready. Go ahead.
I'll move that out of the way.
Yeah.
Here we go. D20. I got a 15 plus 0.
Okay, 15's pretty solid. Vaguely, did you come up with anything? Or is
I
it two?
got I think 6 overall. So yeah, I don't know anything probably.
Okay. Well, this fitting actually, because it makes sense that Kyle's character, the Knock, would know of like the local personas that are good fighters and such. So he's kind of I don't want to say folk hero because he's current. He's not like a hero of the past, but he's like a locally known entity of a traveling hero. He literally goes around, and when people are in need, this guy shows up. He's about as big as you are, but he's human.
Okay. Wow.
Whereas you have the chiseled, like, obsessive body compulsion thing.
Yeah.
He's just big because he's big.
Gotcha.
And he carries a big axe. And, you know, all the stories are he can fell a tree in one blow, and he can punch a horse and make its head explode, and like all these grand stories about him exist. But what seems to be true is that he is from this region, and what these people are saying, as you maybe talk a little bit more, is that he had come to this town and he promised to save this town. He knew a way to overturn the curse, and he left days ago and hasn't come back.
Okay. Well, if there's a pitcher available to me, a pitcher of alcohol, if somebody, I don't think I've ordered one, but if there's one around me, I grab it and I drink the entire thing just to kind of make my point salient.
You do it.
Yeah.
Covered in grease.
Sure.
Yes.
And I say, Hrothgar is nothing but a mere child compared to me, and I will take him on, and I will seek him out if I must, to prove that I'm much more powerful than he is. I've suddenly become a British man.
Yeah, I noticed. I was like, wow.
You've lapsed into your wrestling persona.
Yeah, like whatever the persona is, yeah. So it's like, you know, I've got to do it, you know? It's like, that's like what my guy does. So yeah, like now I'm dead set on taking out Hrothgar. That's like whatever. Unfortunately, whatever the campaign needs to have.
A hero,
happen.
I'll kill him. That'll show these folks I'm a hero.
Well,
Okay.
Obviously, I'm the goodest guy around here.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, who knows?
Nick, can I, well, what I will do is I'll kind of disengage from the conversation and go sit in the corner, and I'm going to start, shit, I didn't think this through. Are there, can I look around the room and see if there's any, like, small animals, like pets or anything like that people have kept in this room?
A rat or something could be here. Like, just like
Ooh.
a wild one.
Okay. Can I just start like walking around and opening doors and looking around and seeing if I find anything? Am I going to draw too much attention?
Your dragonborn senses, you sniff out a rat if you're looking for a rat.
Okay, I would like to do that. Do you need me to do anything in particular?
What are you doing? Like, just trying to grab it, or are you? What's your goal here? Take me through where you're headed.
I would like to get close enough to it, which, in order to use Animal Messenger, that has a range of 30 feet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can do that. You can cast that, and a rat in this place will become your Animal Messenger. Okay. Can we assume that I found one? Yes, yeah. Okay, cool. Then I'm going to go sit off in a corner, and I'm going to use a ritual spell to do this, so that takes 10 minutes for me to prepare. So I'm just going to kind of go sit in the corner and ignore everybody else. Okay. What's everyone else doing?
I'm still proselytizing about how amazing I am and how I can take on Ragnar.
Yeah. Do we know which direction he headed in? Is there anybody around that would know? Because I feel like this is definitely the direction that we're going now.
Also,
Pelkos.
I do want to kind of bring in state of mind. Ragnar is a hero. Is that correct?
Hrothgar?
Hrothgar, sorry. Hrothgar, he's a hero?
Yes.
Was that made very apparent to me?
Yeah, they're all said that, like, he's trying to save the town. And you had the history check as well. He is regarded as like a folk hero would be. Okay,
then, but the old man said I couldn't defeat him? Is that what he said?
Because he sees you as a villain.
Okay. I mean, because, like, the challenge was I couldn't defeat him. So I guess that's what I'm going for, but, like, I feel like I would, like, I don't mean to retcon or anything like that, but would he not say, like, oh, you couldn't take on the challenge that Hrothgar was trying to do? Was that...
I said what I said. That NPC sees you as someone who is you were the heel when you were here.
Yeah.
What he knows of you is that you came in as the violationist.
Yeah.
You fought the hero he liked, Jor. You beat Jor, and then you left.
Right.
Now he's got another hero here, and you're here, and he's telling you this other hero will kick your butt.
Okay, yeah, okay. So yeah, then I mean, because obviously a crowd, I can't resist a crowd, you know, so I have to back that up.
How you choose to beat Hrothgar is up to you.
Okay.
If it's important to you to beat Hrothgar in something, how you choose to do it. Here's the thing: Hrothgar's been gone for a few days. He might already be dead.
Sure. Yeah. I was just trying to make sure I understood precisely what the situation was. Yeah. Okay.
But that
cool.
guy sees you as a bad guy no matter what right now.
Okay. Cool.
Like,
I mean, that's not something that's
in his eyes at this moment. You can't redeem yourself. You're just a bad guy.
Yeah. Sure. To knock right now, that's not the challenge. Was you can't beat him, and I totally think I can, regardless if I can. So cool. The challenge is go beat Hrothgar, and then we'll see how that pans out.
Totally. Because again, definitely the best way to make all these people think you're a hero is by beating up their hero.
Well, yeah. I mean, they challenged me. You can't beat up Hrothgar, so that's what I assumed was the.
I'm fine with however you take out of it.
Yeah,
we can play it out and see.
That's what I'm operating as for right now.
Yeah. You've asked if anybody knows where he went. Pelkos says, "Oh yeah, Declan knows. The old priest in Hrothgar was talking about a solution."
Is the priest around?
Yes. Because he came out with the commotion. He'll tell you it's true. Hrothgar and I discussed a possible way to end this curse, or whatever it may be called, and we sent him on, and we expected him back by now. Certainly, he headed into the Elven burial grounds near here.
Oh, I didn't know there was an ancient burial ground around here.
Yes.
Okay, well that answers a lot of questions.
I'm afraid our agreement with the elves does not allow us entry into that land. I fear the worst.
Well, if there's a curse to be lifted, I'm almost sure that's where it is. As a student of the arts, I'm pretty convinced that ancient burial grounds of any sort, really, they're almost universally a bad idea. Especially building towns anywhere near them. So that is definitely the first place that we should check.
It's a good few miles into the forest. You'll enter the Nahale, and I can give you specific directions on how to get there, but I can't ask you to do this. These people were depending on someone, and that hero arrived, but it could be false hope. It could be nothing at all.
I don't think he's much of a hero if he hasn't come back yet. What you need are real heroes. Like my friend, The Knock, over there.
I'm super drunk at this point, and I'm basically passing out. Like there's like I need to be taken to a room at this point.
Like mumbling into a puddle of
no, like I'm nonverbal. like someone needs to put me in a bed.
Oh, he's entered his battle trance. I was going to say that we could check out that burial ground tonight and then still leave for the fish place tomorrow, but I don't see that being super realistic now.
Can I speak up from the corner where I'm trying to do my ritual, and I'll be like, why don't we rest here for the night, and in the morning we will head to the burial ground and see what we can find and try to help these people.
What was the agreement with the elves?
The original settlement here was built against their will, and we faced regular raiding parties and conflicts, especially the further out you live from town. But that was generations ago. After the world spine collapsed, the elves accepted us in their lands knowing we had nowhere better to go, and we were given certain properties we were allowed to build on. But one place we were told never to trespass is their ancient wood, their burial ground.
These zombies that we were fighting, were they human or elven?
They were local peasants. They're people in this town.
Okay, all right.
So various races, really, but not wild elven.
Are the 2 elven women still near us?
They are.
I'd like to ask them if what they know of the woods.
We have investigated the existence of these woods before. We have not done much, but we can tell you this. The guardians of these woods, they are certainly aggressive. They would protect the lands at all costs. And if perhaps you plan to venture into them, we could make you up something that would help you when you're at your most lost.
And how much is that going to cost?
A pittance. 12 gold pieces.
Ugh!
And we will provide you something that will be crucial.
We're going to need more information than just it will be crucial.
It's another token, and will help you see things others cannot.
Can one of my friends verify it?
Can I do an Arcana check?
Yeah. Probably not best that I do it.
Yeah.
I'm
Arcana
like
check would work.
passed out on the. I'm like not passed out, but I'm like passing out on the bar, so I can't do anything.
I imagine there's an occasional cut over
Like,
to you,
I
and
imagine-
there's like a puddle of mead rather, and drool that have congealed together under your lips, and you're like mumbling about how I'll kick Rothgar's ass.
I imagine the
yours ass.
next. I imagine the next move I make is just like I just like barrel towards a location to sleep. That's like going to be the next thing I do if I do anything.
Somebody, I was picking up some noise there.
Probably
I don't know if it
Karen.
was-
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
you know, it might have been like a truck going by or something. It's fine. All right,
Okay.
Karen, what did you end up with your rolls?
I will tell
Or,
you.
roll.
I will tell you
Okay.
as soon as I roll.
Okay.
Holy shit!
Karen,
Oh,
That gives me a 5.
you've never felt so much raw power. You are aware that there is power in them. You have no idea what they actually do, how it would be beneficial to you, but they're at least not selling you a chit that is nothing at all.
Then I will relay to my companions. This piece has power. I do not know what it does, but it is magic.
Is it one use?
It will work indefinitely in our ancestral woods.
Okay, cool.
But
So I
nowhere
can
else.
resell it afterwards. Yeah, I think this is a great business opportunity.
Okay then. 12 gold for one. Will you need any extra?
Ooh. Now that is a fair question.
Hmm.
I want to... group huddle.
Group huddle.
All right, guys, how much money do we have?
I've got 32
30.
gold.
I've got 30. Yeah.
I've got a little bit. Not much. About 12. Do we know how much money Nock has?
I mean, he's a wrestler. He did a lot of good work. Check.
That's true. Wait, where is his coin pouch? Where does he keep it in that get-up?
You start like digging into his shorts.
In
I
full
want
view
to
of
pretend
everyone.
that I'm giving him a post-battle massage as I'm looking for his coin purse.
I groan affectionately.
Oh.
Oh my god. This is getting too real. Hashtag
so-
OpenRP.
It's been about 10 minutes, so I'd like to send my message, Nick,
Yes.
with my rat. So I'm going to persuade it to go to the Elven Woods and search for a man that is very large, has red hair, is human, and bears an axe. And that responds to the
Okay.
name Rothgar. My message will be, the town is in grave danger. We are coming to help.
Okay.
Watch out for us.
So the rat that you have managed to pull in with your magic listens to your message very intently, nods in response, and darts off the table under a crack in the floor and out.
Awesome.
I think I'm going to buy one of these items.
Seems like a useful idea.
Yeah.
I think I will too.
We also have the evil eye tokens at your service.
I'm just about tapped. The only reason I could afford this was because I sold that horse meat. Yes.
Can I?
Only 2 gold.
Could I do an Arcana check on those?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me grab my dice. My character's doing that while looking them over.
You've come away from the like rat situation. You're like da 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 da.
This is just how she concentrates.
God damn it!
Oh, man.
Okay,
You are
so that's-
distracted today.
Yeah, so that's
their
7.
type of magic is just clearly different than what you work in. There's probably
Okay.
something more arcane as opposed to natural to it, and it just throws you off, and you're not getting a good reading on these things. Once again, you detect that there is power there. No idea what it does.
All right, I'll buy one of those too, and I'll tell everybody
gold.
else that they have it's got magic. Oh, hello, companions. These evil eye tokens also have magic. What they do, I do not know.
That's reassuring, considering I already have one.
And how much are they?
2 gold, right?
2 gold apiece.
Yeah.
So 12 gold for the first token that you bought, Hobie, and then 2 gold for these evil eye tokens.
What are the tokens called? Just for
the
reference.
Evil eye tokens, obviously, are
Yep.
those. And then the other is a third eye stone.
Yeah, that you said it was 12 gold for the thing that will let us see the things that are
The
not
third
seeable,
eye
right?
stone is 12
Yeah,
gold, yes.
Okay, that wiped me out on resources.
Okay. So they will tell you the third eye stone, when you deem it necessary to use it, place it under your tongue, and the forest will show you.
Is that sanitary?
Yeah.
Oh,
We
man.
cannot guarantee that there hasn't been any reclamation of our goods.
Reclamation? Oh my god.
Sometimes things come back to us used.
Ugh. Okay.
Well, it feels like we have a plan, but I think we should rest because our friend here is not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's his bar now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the group is going to break and settle into wherever they can sleep for the night. The inn is overcrowded by far. People are already doubled up in bed, sleeping on the floor. So if you find a chair, you're lucky. Meaning, Knock is lucky for his stool and bar top.
Absolutely passed
so-
out at the bar.
Yes. So you will wake up there, stiff-backed in the morning. Stanfrost is going to approach the person he considers to be the most reasonable in this group of insane people and ask the Dragonborn, "You're really going after Hrothgar?"
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
I'm hurt.
Yes. No. I turn.
Just say no.
I turn to him and I say, "Yes, we do plan on going after Hrothgar."
Listen, your friend rang up quite a bill last night at the bar, and I overheard exactly what you're facing here financially when you bought from the gypsies. I can't say that I'm going to forgive the debt entirely, but if you can bring Hrothgar back here and give these people some hope, I think we can maybe make an arrangement that will work out better for you. So,
What do you propose?
we'll bring him back, and then we'll settle up a debt. But I'm telling you, I'll take that into consideration.
We will do what we can, and hopefully we all come back.
These people need Hrothgar.
Can I take Devyn aside and talk to him?
Yes.
Devyn,
What's up, Gall?
this
what's
tab,
going
I imagine this man's tab is very high,
Yeah.
and none of us have the funds to deal with this. But
Uh-huh.
you're a wise man, I've seen. You seem to be able to
Well,
help put on a show.
Thank you. Glad someone appreciates my
And
talent.
these people need hope. Now, what I propose is that we get Hrothgar back, and then you try and convince him to go to the ring with Knock and put on a show.
Oh my god, yes.
I love this.
All right, how
is
scripted
great.
do we
It's
want it to
pretty
be? Do we want them to team up in the end and take down a bunch of zombies?
You are the showman here. I am leaving that to you.
Okay,
That's
all
pretty
right.
great, though.
I'll start compiling a list of the things that I need.
That's wise. That should let us off the hook.
Well, I'm gonna push us on outside of the inn here. You guys, you've made your arrangements. You made your plans. You have the items you could buy. You have told the gnome, that his deal is no good. You have something else you want to do. He shrugs it off and tells you it's your loss and heads out of town with his bodyguards. Others try to clamber onto his wagon. His bodyguards literally knock them off into the dirt. He is a heartless man leaving this town to die, and only through Nox's ego might they have any hope of salvation at this point. So you get from Declan a pretty good heading. He can't draw you a map exactly, but he gives you a strong idea of where to go in the woods. Along the way, you notice a few different things. The trees around you start to grow more and more dense, densely packed together. Their long, leafless branches sort of hook over any paths you take and form claws that will kind of loom over you, and light starts to choke out as you move deeper and deeper, and this sense of dread just grows with it. The further into the elven homeland you get, the more of a sense that comes with it. You're also being watched. Something is out there. Maybe it's just animals. You spot something weird with like spikes on its back on a tree branch, and it leaps from one branch to the other and disappears. You have a strange bird, caw out and make you all jump at one point and then fly away. But there's sense that there's something more, something you can't see, following you and watching you. And eventually, you come into a section which is supposed to be the start of the burial ground, where you are no longer supposed to proceed if you are under normal circumstances, and it is covered in a dense fog. You can't see anything through it, but all you can do is link arms or grab some rope and push on. You step through, you find yourselves trying to feel your way out, pushing past tree to tree, until you open up into a clearing that is fully devoid of fog. It is a section magically carved out of this mist, and that is where we will begin next time.
It's pretty spooky.
Ooh.